Peace, y'all. It's your boy Zulu King Street Fame 407. Y'all know what it is, man. So, yo, I've been seeing a lot of posts going on about this whole Afrika Bambaataa passing away situation. For those that don't know, Afrika Bambaataa, he passed away yesterday, March 9th. Not March, April 9th, my bad. But I seen a lot of brothers get on here and be like, on social media, and they like, when I say brothers, I'm talking about old school Zulu brothers and, people from the Zulu Nation that stepped down from the Zulu Nation. If you watch my videos from some years ago, you'll see that a lot of the Zulu Nation members left the Zulu Nation because Afrika Bambaataa refused to step down, and they do not support nor condone child sexual predators or anything like that. So everybody stepped off and they formed different, alliances, the Zulu Union and other things like that, and became parts of that, and to try to keep the movement alive, or the hip hop culture in the community, things going on in the community, things like that. So, I seen a lot of brothers that left the nation and they're posting like, oh, I got mixed emotions. And I get all that. You know what I'm saying? I get all that because there's a lot of cats that spent a large percent of their life, to the Zulu Nation. You know what I'm saying? They gave a large percent of their life, of themselves, of their time, that they can never get back to this nation, to the Zulu Nation, to the culture of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And it leaves them in a limbo. But me, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, dog. Honestly, I don't care that Afrika Bambaataa died. Fuck him. You understand what I'm saying? The man was a pedophile. I don't care what he did for hip hop. I don't even care about hip hop anymore. You know what I'm saying? I've been stopped doing music and all that. You know why I don't care about hip hop no more? Because hip hop don't care about me. Hip hop don't care about my kids. Hip hop don't care about my community. Hip hop don't care about kids getting molested by the elders in hip hop. Your favorite rappers ain't saying shit about that. So fuck them niggas too. That's how I feel about that. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't support none of that shit. That's how I feel. Me personally. And I laugh because I see cats on here and they saying, rest in peace to Bambaataa. Yo, Pops. Some of these cats will call him Pops. Yo, Pops. Wooty wooty woo. Man, fuck all that, man. It was fuck him when he was alive. To me. Why I'm gonna say, yo, rest in peace. I hope God forgives you and all that. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Because the man still got victims out here. Some of us know some victims personally. Everybody talk about Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell ain't the only motherfucking victim. Hassan Campbell was the only one that had the balls to come out and say that he got molested by Afrika Bambaataa. You know what that is? To say that you got molested by a hip hop pioneer, a person that started the whole culture of hip hop. To come out and say that to the world. And then everybody make fun of you and all that. So you think the rest of the victims are going to come out? So you could call them thigh, whatever the fuck y'all, thyroid, whatever the fuck you be calling them. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to come out. They seen what you did to him. They ain't saying nothing. But there's members that were ex-members or whatever they want to call them, whatever you want to call it, us. You know what I'm saying? That know other victims. There's been victims that committed suicide, at least 2 that I know of. Bambaataa got stabbed. So did Ahmed, because he tried to molest some Spanish kid and the kid woke up and poked him up. This is not like, you know what I'm saying? Bam got found guilty in civil court by default because he didn't go to court. Bam never said he ain't knew. You know what I'm saying? So why am I going to sit here and say, rest in peace? You know what I'm saying? And it's the funniest shit to me that a lot of these people that are saying that were the same people that were screaming about the Epstein files every day on social media. Epstein files, Trump is on the Epstein files. Trump started this war so he could divert us from these Epstein files because he's on them. What the fuck is y'all gonna do if Trump is on the Epstein files? America, what the fuck y'all gonna do? Nothing. The same shit you did with the other 3 million files that y'all read. Post them on social media. Look what they doing. You ain't doing shit about it. So what the fuck does it matter if 2 more million files come out? What you gonna do? Not a goddamn thing. So all this fuss about these Epstein files, and then a pedophile dies, one of the biggest pedophiles ever in hip hop, and y'all saying rest in peace to the man. Is y'all crazy? Do y'all see what y'all doing? Y'all crying on here every day about these Epstein files, and Trump started a whole fucking war to divert us from the fact that he was on the Epstein files, and then a pedophile dies, and y'all saying rest in peace to the hip hop legend, Afrika Bambaataa. Fuck out my face, man. You know what I'm saying? So, those are just my thoughts on this shit, bro. Like I said, he died. Oh, well. I don't care what he did for hip hop. You know what's funny, bro? I'm gonna show you something. Y'all don't even care about the victims of the Epstein's file. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even care about the victim of the Epstein's file. Y'all don't care about the victim, Bambaata's victims. You care more about what he did for hip hop than his victims. You care about more what he did for hip hop. Hip hop ain't even, everybody, all these rappers that have been around the Zulu Nation, y'all know who he is. None of y'all said shit. Except for Mortal Technique was running around asking questions and shit like that. But all these other rappers that were screaming Zulu, like Mos Def, Talib, Q-Tip, y'all ain't got nothing to say about this. Nothing to say about that. About Bambaataa molesting kids. Y'all don't care about the victims. None of y'all. Everybody in America right now with these Epstein file shit, y'all don't care about the victims. Because if you gave a fuck about the victims when the Epstein files dropped and y'all seen all this shit, they eating babies and all that, guess what y'all would have did? Y'all would have burned the cities down. New York would have got burned down. Chicago would have got burned down. Orlando would have got burned down. Nobody did nothing but post online pictures of what look what they said. Look who's on the files. Look who's on the files. That's all you give a fuck about. Who's on the files. You don't care about the victims. You know what I'm saying? So you give a fuck more about hip hop than the victims of Afrika Bambaataa. That's what I'm getting. And then you talking shit about the Epstein files, but a pedophile dies, and because of what he did for hip hop, it's all praises to him. Rest in peace to Bambaataa. Fuck that. And fuck what he did for hip hop. Let me tell you, I was one of hip hop's biggest motherfucking fans, man. I did music all my life. I did graffiti, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I still tag up on shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna run up and look around and hit something up and slide off. Hope they don't catch me. You know what I'm saying? Be a fucking old ass dude arrested for graffiti and some shit up. But it's a habit, and I grew up doing that. I used to write on my walls in my room. I wrote on everything. I love hip hop. I was there when it was like starting break, when they said it was gonna be a fad. This shit ain't gonna last. And then Latin freestyle came and carried a little bit more in it, and you know what I'm saying? And then it took off and went to the West Coast. And all. I was there for all of that. Anytime people's records was dropping, I don't give a fuck when the record dropped now. But back then, man, I was on it. I loved hip hop. And then this happened. And I was like, damn. And then I seen all the other hip hop heads, old school heads that I used to look up to. That I was like, yo, this is my dude right here. This nigga sliding, this nigga, blah, blah, blah. And then I know you a Zulu, but you ain't saying nothing about the situation, but I am. Oh yeah, I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And let me clarify something, because I know a lot of motherfuckers get in my comments and be talking mad shit, and they be like, yo, Bambaataa molested you and all this. Man, nigga, listen, bro, if y'all wouldn't even talk that shit in my face, first and foremost, my nigga. That's first and foremost, my nigga. Second of all, not every Zulu Nation member has met Bambaataa. I never met that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I never met Bambaataa. You know what I mean? He's been to Florida, of course. Was I gonna go to the events where he was at? I was, and I didn't. I didn't go. And I didn't meet him. My homeboys went. They took pictures, whatever. I didn't meet him. You got people all over the world. We used to have 400 chapters all over the world. You got people all over the world that never met him. You know what I'm saying? So most of the people that was protecting Bambaataa and that knew what Bambaataa was doing was in New York and Bronx River. You know what I'm saying? Was the circle that he was around. Those people that was on tour with him and with him every day and his manager and shit, like all them people knew what he was doing and it was protecting him. Now you do have members from all over the fucking world that never met him. And you do have members from all over the world that have met him. And it's just, hey, they went to a show one night. He was there. They shook his hand. How you doing? Oh, took a picture. And that's it. That don't mean that they know this man like that. You know what I'm saying? So before you jump in my comments with some stupid bullshit, just know that I ain't never met that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, but, and I'm glad. And I'm glad I never did. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sad what he was doing to people out there, to these kids, to little boys. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, bro. And it's something that's going on in the industry because they're always targeting little boys. America's always targeting little boys, little girls. Y'all always talking to kids. The gangs target y'all. Y'all kids better pay attention. Gangs trying to recruit you when y'all little. The army's trying to recruit you when you in middle school. They got junior ROTC. Then you go to high school, they got ROTC. Everybody's trying to grab the children. You know what I'm saying? And some people are just destroying them and fucking them up. You got these kids running around shooting shit up, wondering why. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna tell you they've been molested. They'll tell you this and this and that. Or this girl ain't gonna tell you she got molested. She a stripper or she a prostitute now because her uncle was raping her. You know, I understand what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all go ahead and tell Bambaataa rest in peace, you know what I'm saying, to the pedophile. If that's the side of the fence you stand on, man, don't even follow me and then burn up. You know what I'm saying? I don't even be dropping on here like that, but I don't support that, man. I don't support that. So I ain't no rest in peace post coming from me about to Bambaataa, none of that shit. And I don't give a fuck what he did for hip hop, because hip hop don't give a fuck of what he did to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop don't give a fuck about what he did. His victims, I don't give a fuck about hip hop. Hey, that's it. Feelings mutual. You know what I'm saying? But these are just my thoughts, man. And I see a lot of y'all fake ass motherfuckers on here talking to Trump Epstein shit, and then you telling Bambaataa rest in peace. Y'all fake and fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, these are just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying, on the Bambaataa situation. I got to speak out on it because nobody was really speaking out against Bambaataa. There's only certain people that was speaking out on Bambaataa. Hassan Campbell, of course, was the one that came out. You had Ron Savage recanted his statement. We heard the phone calls where they paid him and he took his statement back. You know what I'm saying? He a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that, you know what I'm saying? And these people be trying to sue and all kinds of shit. But that phone call was released. So just, you know what I mean? I won't say allegedly. There you go, allegedly. But we all heard it. You know what I'm saying? So they paid him, you know what I'm saying, to shut up and whatever. I just lost track of my thought. But yo, listen, anyway, man, it's so much fake ass people, bro, that I see now that I'm like, yo, y'all people is crazy, bro. Really. Y'all crazy. You screaming Trump's a pedophile, but you say rest in peace to Bambaataa, and he's a huge pedophile. A huge pedophile. This man was going overseas doing shit to children over there. You know them people be poor, so you break them all some money and take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Kids all over the world, not just in Bronx River, not just in New York. He was doing this kid all over the world. And y'all telling the man rest in peace because of what he did for hip hop. That shit crazy, man. I can't get with that. So like I said, man, this is just me venting, letting y'all know. But oh yeah, like I was saying, I lost my train of thought, but like, only a few certain people was talking about the situation. And of course, Hassan was the main one. You know what I'm saying? I've been speaking on it for many years. Hassan and me was like the main one speaking on that shit. Everybody was clowning on Haas and this and that and all that. And calling him thigh master, whatever the fuck they was calling him and all this shit. But all that shit was true. I was the one that came out and said, excuse me, what he's saying is true. And there's other victims. Along the way, Layla Wells came. She did a whole bunch of documentaries and all that. You know what I'm saying? TC Islam was doing a documentary about it and they killed him in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Before the documentary dropped. And he was a spokesman for the world, for the Zulu Nation. And he was talking about what Bam was doing. He started his own movement called the Hip Steppers. You know what I'm saying? They killed TC Islam. You know what I'm saying? Before the documentary dropped. You know what I'm saying? Layla Wells dropped the documentary. You had a whole bunch of other Zulu brothers from the Zulu Union getting interviewed there that were speaking out on it. But there wasn't many people in the industry talking about this. It's just us little guys. The biggest person talking about it for the little guys here talking about bringing awareness to this is Hassan, because he got the biggest platform. You know what I'm saying? And y'all try to ridicule the man. But we're going to leave it at that, man. Man, yeah, man. Like I said, I don't give a fuck if Bam died, man. It's your boy Zulu King, Street Fame 407. Y'all know what it is. We all gas, no brakes. If you ain't going to be good, boom. Be safe, you heard?